Looks way better without it. Hey, I would just let them out. They're not.
What's up, guys? I think we're going live here.
Oh, we are.
You know us. We always do the awkward start. So
literally, I didn't even know we were going live.
I can just see Clint in the corner going, like, thumbs up, like, don't say anything bad. It's go time. I'm just getting all logged in here for those of you guys and still pulling up comments. I'm sure we've probably got a few of you guys already hopping on. What we're going to do tonight, you guys, is we are still stuck in quarantine in the great state of Washington, where we're from, but we're going to do a bunch of Skype in tonight, just like we did last week, and, you know, keeping our social distancing. But we've got a lot of really cool guests, and we figure we're going to do a big round robin tonight. We've got Owen Hayes, Ashley Nicole Lewis, Bill Monroe Jr., and if Nick Popoff figures out his Skype, he'll be in here in some degree or another joining us as well. So we're going to just kind of do a big round robin on the Northwest. We got lots to talk about tonight. Obviously, you know, with what's going on in the world, there'll be plenty of comments and plenty of stuff, I'm sure. Give us a second to chime in. Marlon, you want to chime in with our first giveaway? If you guys are new to this channel, and you guys, because we've gotten a lot of subscribers from our buddy over at Ace Videos, which we're super appreciative for. So if you guys are new to the channel and you haven't been checking out our videos, we go live every Wednesday night. Even through this quarantine stuff, we're trying to do that. But we also got a Facebook group. We got Facebook discussion boards, Instagram, the whole work. So we're kind of on a lot of different platforms here, but make sure to check all those out as well. We'll probably pop back in here a couple more times just to remind you guys to check those out. Because like I said, we got a lot of new subscribers this week. Marlon, let's take away to the giveaway.
Let's do it. I got a whole bunch of little prizes over here from our partners. So first off, we're going to get some addicted steelhead worms going here, some lured beads from Randy Bales, and a short bus flasher spinner. What'd you say? Someone say something?
That was me. Volume.
Oh, super chat from Becca. Thank you, Becca Picknell. We appreciate the super chats. Thank you so much. If you guys are on YouTube and you guys want to give us a super chat, basically there's a little dollar symbol down there by your comment sections. If you guys use that little dollar symbol, you can contribute to the channel. You can help us continue to do what we're doing, and it highlights your question and keeps it up front and center with a lot of different highlighted colors, so we make sure we don't miss your question, because a lot of times there's a lot of questions coming in here, and we can miss them. So if you want an opportunity to win a little prize pack, we always kick these things off giving away some free stuff. Make sure you guys just do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up, smash that thumbs up button, and share this out there. Share it to your family and friends. Share it to all your different Facebook groups you may be a part of, or any of those areas where you might share things. Share it out there and drop a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from, and we are going to randomly select one of you to win this prize pack right here. Goodies.
You guys are doing that, chiming in here. I saw one good comment from Husky KMA who's like, hey, option 3. Yes, for those that don't know, that North of Falcon process is going on today. That's going to set some of our Buoy 10 seasons and some of our Columbia River Fall Chinook and Fall Coho seasons. I don't think they've come to a conclusion yet. It's kind of a great debate. We got Bill Monroe Jr., who's going to chime in here too. He was on the call today and added his input as well. So yeah, I saw that. I saw one comment there from Husky. Option 3. There was 3 options on the table. We're going to go with one of 2, it sounds like. But we're going to have to see how that unfolds. We got some cool updates there so people can hopefully start looking to the future a little bit and start thinking about getting outdoors and doing some fishing. And yeah, I see a lot of you guys tuning in here from, you know, we don't have any exact news as far as what's going to happen with Washington. Oh, what's going on there? Sorry, guys. I just had a total freak out moment.
Yeah, what was that? That was weird.
All my volumes are right, so sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so we're gonna get Owen Hayes on here from the NBC Sports Outdoor GPS show here in, I think, just a few minutes, right, Clint? Or what do we got? About 7 minutes. We're gonna still let you guys sign in here. Tell us where you're tuning in from, and tell us too if you're a new watcher of the show. Usually we've got this awesome studio built in Marlon's garage. I'm sure you guys have hopefully gone back and looked at some of the videos where you guys can see it, but for right now, we're kind of delegated to my office. Marlon, where are you sitting at today?
I decided I didn't have any propane for my heater out in the garage, so I'm in the house today.
It ain't that cold. Come on, man.
No, dude, I went out there. My garage is like a freezer. You could hang deer meat in there. It's terrible.
Well, too bad it's not
Which reminds me, I may go collect some deer meat, you know, since I can't go fishing. Might as well go get me a deer, a little doe, get me some back straps.
They're probably like nice and tender this time of year too, right?
Yeah. I see we got a couple super chats there from Steven Shivs. Yep. Thank you so much for the super chat, Steve. We appreciate it. And then Jeremy Peterson said, is there any fishing allowed at all? In Washington State, no. They have completely shut fishing down on us. In Oregon, they're still allowing fishing, so shout out to the great state of Oregon. I know there's a lot of things I don't necessarily agree that the Oregon governor does, but in this call, she made an actually good call. She's keeping it open.
Yeah, and and a couple things with that, guys, since obviously that's on top of everybody's mind too. A couple things I kind of want to point out for those that tuned in last week. We've got a lot of feedback. I'd say about 95% of the sportsmen out there just are not happy kind of with what the goings on is, and we get it. We don't want to take anything away from like what's going on out there right now. But a couple, things to think about with the other 49 states. It'd be one of the states that just went in lockdown today, got rid of, they even said from their DNR department, you cannot actually recreational boat unless you're fishing. Like, unless you're fishing for sustenance and recreation. I mean, it's like, oh, okay. So with that all said, a lot of people are like, well, you just want to fish. You're just whining because you want to fish, and it's like, actually, the reality of the situation where I sit, I'm lucky enough to, is I live 2.2 miles from a boat ramp that's legal to launch at right now still. I can drive a half a mile to a river where I can go drop herring and catch springers just like the rest of them, literally within 3 miles from where I live right now. I can go hit some of these other rivers and bass fish and stuff, and it's like, it has not this, us taking kind of a stance on this has nothing to do with us. Like, I can go, but looking outside myself and realizing like kind of the punitive aspect the state kind of took because there was a couple crowding situations to guys at Kettle Falls and Wenatchee that can't fish now because of that is just not right. At the end of the day, we have to have our fisheries department be looking forward and looking past this. I think a lot of people think by just staying home 2 weeks that this thing is going to go away, that this thing is it's over. If we just, and I think every fisherman in the country, if that was the case, no one would say a word. We'd stay locked in our houses. Nobody would do a thing. Like, we would all sit and we'd all be thankful for that. The reality, though, is that we are going to be dealing with this probably for years to come. Let's be honest. Like, this is not going to get rid of it. This is slowing it down. We get it. Saw some reports in Washington, Oregon that we're going to be able to keep up with capacity of patients. Like, we're definitely, there's some definite positive light going out there, like in our situation. It's not, like I said, it's more like, I guess, us getting mad and worked up at our department for making these decisions. It's more like, like I said, we've got to come to grips and we've got to come to grasp like how to get out of this and how are we going to do this moving forward? Because I don't think anybody in the state really wants shutdowns in, May, July, September, especially when all 49 other states in Canada are completely on the opposite end of opposite side of the line that's drawn in the sand here. So I really, shout out to the WDFW employees on the ground. We get it. It's nothing, like I said, there's a lot of animosity out there towards the Fish and Wildlife Department right now. And some of it's warranted, a lot of it's not. But, I think I really would love to see our Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife kind of look forward and start thinking about, okay, how can we start doing some things here? How can we start moving that line in the sand a little bit? And I think that's what we need right now. Or else I'm just going to start crossing state lines. Just kidding. Anyways, what do you got? Want to get on in here?
What I'm doing. You're gonna close fishing on me. Guess what I'm doing? I'm gonna drive 2 hours to the Oregon coast and go fishing.
Well, it's technically still legal to do so, but
it's just really frustrating. It's frustrating that they would take a blanket it like that. I just, and I've seen a lot of comments just like you, Cam, where people are frustrated that we were kind of rallying that we felt like fishing should still be open. And we weren't taking like an insensitive stance on it. We were taking a logical stance. Like, there's absolutely things that they could have done here without closing the fisheries down completely. There's all sorts of things that they could have done. They could have got creative with it. They could have done things instead of just saying it's closed. Because, as you said, they didn't do that in any other state, and not Canada, nowhere. Yeah. I mean, you're seeing you're seeing every single state encouraging it, like telling us, go outside. One of the best things for this virus is get oxygen. Oxygen is great for your immune system. Be outside, do those things. And I don't know, man. It's just, I'm extremely frustrated about it. I may just go fishing.
Well, we're not going to advocate for anything illegal here.
I'm not advocating. I'm saying myself personally, come write me a ticket.
Right. I'm seeing some, a lot of guys, well, it's coming from the governor. It's coming from the governor. Like, we get that too. And, there's been a lot of pushback, like I said, a lot of legislators, a lot of stuff. And I mean, it's kind of a full frontal thing. And like I said, I don't think it's like, going back to your point, Marlon, no one's trying to be insensitive about this. But we are going to have to learn to live with this and how to act around this and how to going forward. This is not a 2-week thing. This is not a 2-month thing. This is we got to be looking at the long term. So I just hope that we can start figuring out where to move that line in the sand, like I said, and go from there.
I saw a comment right here, Cam, that he said Idaho's closed. Not that I saw. I mean, I saw them encouraging people to go fishing. So if they did close, that's news to me.
Yeah, it could have happened today, but I know as of yesterday it was not closed, even though they did do a stay at home, stay safe order. But it actually wasn't closing on their DNR department site as of yesterday. I'll check that real fast right now. I've been watching some of these states as they've been enacting closures and restrictions, and it's a pretty much a blanket statement. It's like, we're gonna stay closed, and every single one of them, stay local, do not fish with your buddies. You're not. This isn't. It's not time to do that. It's fish with your immediate family, stay close, avoid stops, do all that other stuff. One big thing I'm going to have to say is that if WDFW is going to open this up, they've got to open the access back up. I mean, you're crowding people if you don't. A lot of places have waived fees. They're not allowing camping. They're not allowing use of facilities. I mean, that stuff makes sense, but we got to, like I said, I think we got to get past it. We got to keep the pressure on them, and hopefully they'll start making some decisions that put the sportsmen back on their side. So I think we should bring it on. What do you think?
I think we should, but let's pick a winner really quick before we do. Oh. Hey, Clint, when you were listening right there, was Cam cutting out? Or was it all good on your end? Is it just my connection?
Hey, look at that guy.
Was
it for us?
Owen's on, man. Oh, look there!
Oh, hey. Owen, I think you're muted still. I think
Clint,
so.
We need to pick a winner. Isn't that funny?
Sorry, guys. Why is Owen? Can you hear us? Yeah, I think Owen. I got the mute symbol on Owen.
How about now? Not that you want to hear me, you just want to look at me. I get it. It's all right.
Yeah, just be quiet.
Sorry, I had to get him logged on. He doesn't know how to do this stuff.
That's okay. He doesn't have to. Owen. He's Mr. Owen Hayes from Outdoor GPS, guys. don't you introduce yourself and why don't you get into it and tell us what you've been doing during these last couple weeks? I mean, you guys have been running some Facebook Live stuff, but no studio stuff, right?
No, we've been offline, out of the studio for the last couple of weeks, but we're getting back in this week. We're going to be back Friday and Sunday morning. So we're just kind of critiquing it a little bit to try to keep as many people safe as possible. Much like what you guys are doing right now. I'm loving what you're doing. It's a little bit of a logistical nightmare, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. It's
not
been
easy.
So ask that.
Right now, I can actually see a little bit of Clint over here, and he looks scared, like he's looking at the headlights of a truck about ready to hit him. I mean, what? And that's a low holer look. What's up with that? Okay, I got it. No, all I've been doing the last couple of weeks since we've been shut out of the studio is just fishing. I know that everyone over in Washington is, dying to get back out on the water, and obviously there's a lot of different reasons as to why that is. But for us over on this side of the river, we're still able to go out and hit the rivers and do some fishing. Obviously, the Columbia is closed for everybody, at least as it stands now. But chasing a little bit of springers on the Willamette and right back into chasing steelhead again. After this last high water that we had just a handful of days ago, the steelhead fishing got pretty darn good here close to home.
Yeah, so how have the crowds been? Are you seeing a lot of rivers or some are people just nonchalantly? Are you seeing crowds or what's the story?
On the smaller rivers, no crowds. People have been really staying away from each other. And Cameron, you were breaking up there a little bit, but I got the gist of what you were asking. But the smaller rivers, it seems like everybody's been pretty much staying well away from each other for a lot of different reasons. None of us want to fish right next to somebody else. We don't have to. On the Willamette, though, it's been not crowded. Boats are tight, but there's definitely been some people out there, giving it a go. So, but they're all practicing, safe distances as to what that is. I think everybody has their own opinion, but overall, everybody's just going stir crazy. They want to get out there and go do some fishing, do something other than be inside the house. What's everybody doing in Washington without having a chance to go fishing?
Man,
going crazy.
I mean, you two guys, are you not fishing at all? I mean, what are you doing?
I've got every opportunity in the world to fish. Like I said, I live really close to Oregon. Oh my gosh, Clint brought the puppy in here. So now that's everyone's attention went to the puppy.
That's not fair.
That's all right. Puppy wins over everybody here. That's a cute puppy, Clint.
Yeah, no, that's a full-time job.
What's her name?
Low hole. That translates to low hole. Marlon, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm trying to keep up and understand what everyone's saying. It's cutting out on me pretty bad. Is anyone else out there watching, any of the viewers out there experiencing the same thing? Are they seeing a lag and a cutout going on? But I'm going crazy. I'm sitting in my house daily. I haven't been doing much. I've tried to get out and go shed hunting a few times. That was one thing I went out and did. Just went and looked for some elk antlers and that kind of stuff. But
any luck?
It's been brutal. I'm dying. That's what I said. I literally can figure it out.
Well, there's a lot of different things that all of us can do if we're stuck at home, right? And you all know that. Cameron, you're a professional guide. You got to tie hundreds and hundreds of rigs a year for all your people. And that's all I've been doing today, yesterday and the day before I was fishing. But today it was cold, like Marlon had said earlier. So I just been tying leaders. I don't know how many bead rigs I've put together in the last 24 hours, just trying to get, because I was burning a bunch of leaders the last few days. And I don't know about you guys, but generally this time of year, I'm not even chasing steelhead. I'm solely focused on salmon. And the way it's been on the Willamette up to this point, it's been lackluster at best. And with the way the rivers had come around the last couple of days, again, I apologize to everybody in Washington, but for us over here, we're still able to go, taking that time to maximize that river condition, fishing the conditions, not the forecast or not the report, fish the conditions. And the conditions have been great, with the river popping almost rivers and then turning over nicely. The fishing's been good. But, other than that, tying salmon rigs, I got all my 3/0 hooks are almost gone. I only got a couple more 4/0s left, so I'm starting to run out. I mean, I need to go out and go burn these things.
Dude, that's awesome. It's honestly, I'm not tying a lot of leaders right now because I was kind of in that start of spring Chinook. I tied a bunch, but it's like without having, any kind of, season right now. It's like, I mean, my gear is prepped. Like I've cleaned everything, boxed all my trout stuff, all my bass stuff. I mean, I could go kill anything within 200 miles from my house, like tomorrow, and be ready and prepared for it. But yeah, I'm not tying a bunch of leaders right now because Lord knows if we're even going to get out in Columbia. But with that, at least in a guiding capacity, I mean, if I was to go fish, I could, I could be ready to go pretty quick. But no, just kind of hanging out, doing a lot of pressure washing. Yeah, getting garage cleaned.
cleaned. Hopefully, you're not painting the rails of your new boat.
What the hell?
I said, I hope you're not painting the rails of your new boat.
Oh no, I haven't do that one yet.
Marlon, look at that. Was that a recent find, Marlon?
We got some blood. The elk antlers are dropping. You see the blood right there on the base?
Oh, yeah.
Look at these guys.
Now that's how to pass the time, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now